Hi guys, Family Focus Friday, slightly different. I'm a bit dressed up because I've got an appointment straight after this, and I am in my new sunshine room, which will be my office space. I'm just developing it as I go. But today's Family Focus Friday is all about making time for you guys as partners. Last week we talked about perspective taking and how sometimes in relationships we find it very hard to see the perspective of the other person, and that we've got to kind of get to a point where the other person isn't wrong, but they're different and they see it differently, especially around the needs of a child. Any child really, not just a child with needs, but obviously there's that extra layer. So really, I hope you had a good time just understanding each other's perspective and clearing the frustrations that can come in when you don't understand each other's perspective. It's so easy to get frustrated with one another. So today really is when you've cleared all the frustration and now you love each other again. Yeah. How are you going to make time for each other? How are you going to make time to develop the relationship that's between you, the parents? And I think on reflection of this is no easy answer, but there was one answer that I kind of thought of, is that I think we get into grooves with our children and in life. We get busy and we're busy, and I'm kind of one of these people that doesn't know how to not be busy. Not good, but I am one of those people. And so you get into grooves and then priorities drop off. And I think when you have got a child who has extra needs, your priorities with your partner can become the last thing on your mind, because you're running a home, you're working, doing these things, and you've got a child with needs. So how do we reprioritize and make sure that our partners feel as important as what we do in the rest of our day? And so it's around thinking about getting out of the rut that we get into to support the need. And there is a rut that we get into because we are thinking about the need constantly, and we're constantly trying to work out how the routine should be. You know, if your child's slightly rigid and doesn't like routines, if your child, you know, reacts to new people, how do we have a life outside of this particular routine we've had to develop to make sure that life is okay for everybody? And I think it's time, that's the moment to sit back and reflect and think, a bit like Temple Grandin said, that loving push, that gentle loving push. Is it a little time now? Is our child ready to kind of move slightly out of their rigidness? And am I ready to manage that, moving them out of their rigidness? And when you can do that a little bit and change the routine a little bit, and you know, put in a little bit of flexibility so that it can support you all, you'll be able to make space more for your partner and yourself. And I think that's really important. And so test the waters of rigidity with your child. The other thing I was thinking of, and this is really just a thought, and any ideas coming back would be amazing, is that how accessible is respite? Really, it's a thought that's been on my mind for a while around respite and how parents can get really good respite when they've got a child with needs. Now I know that when a child has extensive needs, respite is usually offered quite quickly. However, if your child, again with the hidden disabilities, but can get anxious and might get angry, is respite easy to attain at that point? So really just feedback, because that would be something that I would be really interested in hearing. So yes, make space for yourselves, make space for you and the individual, make space for you and your partner, and test the rigidity of your child. Is it time for that gentle, loving push into a new routine? Enjoy this weekend, enjoy time together, enjoy, you know, focusing on loving one another and outside of the frustrations, and look forward to next Friday's Family Focus. I hope this has been great. Give me some feedback. Thank you. Bye bye.